Welcome to my live stream from over here in the Playa de Palma. I'll show you where I am today. Hopefully you can hear me, hopefully you can see me. I wasn't expecting to start here today, but there is a story. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I am right on the back side of the Playa de Palma. I'm kind of about 10 minutes walk away from Can Pastilla. I have to say, in April, it's so busy over here. I couldn't get parked. I've just been driving up and down. It's been quite stressful. I've had to actually park over on the main road here. I'm right by the EMT bus stops, which head on into Palma or head towards the airport. I'm outside an enormous hotel as well. It's called the Java Hotel. It's a BQA hotel, never heard of it actually. But we are going to turn the camera around and we are going to head on down towards the waterfront. And let me just get around the corner where it's a little bit quieter. We are going to get some amazing sea views today. Do you know what? You shouldn't be riding your bicycles on the pavements over here. Just saying, should be on the roads. But anyway, it's very good that there's a big cycling centre just around here. We're about a block or two away from the sea. We're going to walk down. Like I said, I'm right in front of this huge hotel here, which is basically the only spot in the Playa de Palma in Can Pastilla where I could actually find a parking space today. Should have come on my bike. I'm going to get into the chat in just a second. Let me just put my hat on. We are in hot weather, and I have actually just been filming over in Arenal as well. I wanted to show you what it is like at this time of year. So I've been making a couple of videos down there. So we're going to head on onto the waterfront and I'm going to get into that chat. Might have to tie up my shoelaces on the way though. Just noticed that they have actually come undone. Could be a little bit hazardous. Anyway, let's just walk around now. Look, coming around the back actually, the back part of Can Pastilla Playa de Palma way. Look, you can see I'm right behind the Fontanella's Playa Hotel. This is another huge hotel right on the waterfront here. You're going to know where I am. If you know this resort, you're going to know where I am. This bike's going to pull off in a minute. It's not going to see me. Goodness me. I have to tie my laces up. I need to put the camera on the wall though. But look, you're not very far back. So I started this live stream on the main road where the buses pass through that head towards the airport. And you can see how close you are to the waterfront here, and we're going to get some amazing views today. I had hoped to start kind of like around where the aquarium is. That's a little bit more in that direction, in my left, towards my left. Right, we're going to have to quickly do a quick shoelace stop. Just bear with me. Let's get over the road here. I'm going to give you some really lovely sea views down the coast. Now check this out today. Look at the water. I promised you sunshine. I'm bringing you sunshine. How absolutely gorgeous this is. Now I'm just going to put you down on the wall. Please talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get into live chat in just a second, just while I do up my shoelaces. But it is actually quite busy over here on the Playa de Palma today, and particularly over in Arenal actually. There's a real mix of tourists down there, real mix of holiday makers. Right. Let me just pick you up one more time. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to have a quick look at the chat because I do have a few thank yous. Thank you very much to James. Thank you, as always, as well to the very lovely Tommy, and also to Lisa as well. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for that. And I've also seen another chat fly onto my screen as well, and that is another super chat fly onto the screen. And that is from, let me just have a quick look. Nigel, oh bless you, thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much for super chatting me this afternoon. Neil, lovely Neil from Belfast, I can see you are in today as well. Look what we have up and running in Can Pastilla this afternoon. That little land train is going, but nobody is on it. Here I am telling you that resorts are quite busy, and that has not been proved by the fact that there's like nobody on that land train. Anyways, come on, let's head on in the direction of Can Pastilla. Now, I'm going to have some content coming out from over Arenal way. If you are interested in seeing what it's like a little bit further down the coast, and you can see actually, I've basically come from this direction. By the end of the day, I would have walked the entire Playa de Palma, I think. Marco, thank you so much. That's very kind of you as well. I've just seen your super chat come onto the screen as well. Thank you. That's super kind. So, yes, so look out for that content coming out over the next few days. I might save a video for next week, we shall see. But I was quite surprised actually to see it quite busy over there. Let me just see who else we've got in the chat today. Robin, good afternoon. A video and a live stream today. Yes, well, as you do know, I was over in Alcudia just the other day, and I wanted to get those videos out because Alcudia Resort is going to be changing very quickly over the next week or so, and I wanted to show you what it's kind of like now, because we're going to see Alcudia changing, but I will be back there because we're going to see a lot opening up in the next couple of weeks. But you're going to get some really lovely views down there. And make sure, like the title says, you watch that video right to the end as well. You're in for a treat with that one. I always have to make the most as well of my trips when I'm out and about on the island, and I always try and film a couple of videos, like today as well. I've had the afternoon to film, so just been making the most of it. And I've just noticed as well, when I look left, it's actually a bit of a nicer view than looking right. So we're going to turn left every now and again. Tracy, good afternoon. And you're watching from a very sunny Blythe. I'm glad to hear that Blythe is sunny today. Up in the northeast. I hope it's warm as well. Gosh, it's busy over here. Have we just fallen into summer? I think we have. Wait to see what it's like as we get a little bit further on. Goodness, it's absolutely ram-packed a little bit further on. And I think the reason is because of what we have lying against the wall here. Look at all these bikes. Do you get the impression it's cycling season by any chance? Because I don't know what makes me think that, but we have a lot of cyclists over, and look, nobody's actually chained their bikes up. They've just propped them up and left them, which is hilarious. But the bars and the restaurants over here are absolutely ram-packed. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Wait, let me get back into that chat. June, good afternoon in Rotherham. You've had some of the family around and they've gone now, so you can watch your life in peace. Brilliant. You got my son Pug through. He's called, your pug is called JC, but he's no bother. Oh bless. Robert, you're over in Cardiff. Lisa, I have said hello to you. You're very, very kind. Lovely to always have you on the lives as well. John from Belfast, I hope you're feeling well this week. I hope you're starting to be on the mend. Porto Poyensa is waiting for you. William, good afternoon from sunny Coventry, Birmingham way. Do we have anyone in from Europe today, or over on the other side of the Atlantic? Let me know. Or anywhere else in the world, actually. We occasionally get South Africans as well on the lives. Emma, good afternoon. James. And Callum. Callum's watching too. Hello, Callum. Lovely to see you. Look at these bars, look. Busy, busy, busy. Now, I was going to head down to Palma Nova today, but like I said, I've had pretty much a day to myself, and I had quite a few videos I needed to make, and I do live at Palma Nova way, so it's very, very easy for me to go over there and film, but I will be down there this week.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Are you Mallorca under the sun?
I am Mallorca under the sun. I'm doing a live stream.
I've noticed you online.
Oh, bless you. And what's your name?
Scott.
Scott, you over here on holiday?
Yes, I am.
And what do you think of Can Pastilla?
I've been here before and I like it. I like other places more. I like Santa Ponsa and Peguera.
You prefer Santa Ponsa and Peguera?
But it's still okay here.
It's all right, isn't it, for April?
It's not a hardship being
It's
here.
no hardship. Definitely. And whereabouts are you from in the world? I know you're from Scotland, but...
Yes, I'm from Scotland,
Whereabouts?
Kilmarnock I live.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say Kamama Kalav. Have I said that right?
Kilmarnock. K-I-L.
Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock.
Oh, Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock. There you go. Anyways, have an amazing rest of your holiday.
Thank you very much.
Really
Thank
nice to
you.
meet you. All right,
Cheers.
ta-da, bye. There you have it. Love it. Brilliant. I didn't think I'd see anybody over here today. I honestly didn't think I'd see anybody who would see me out live streaming this afternoon. John and Marie, bless you. Thank you so much. You're down to 167 days. Thank you very much for your super chat from. You've got another sunny Birmingham. I can't believe that. Do you know what? I think you guys have got some lovely weather over in the UK this week. Make sure you still watch the channel though. But make sure you get out and about and enjoy the lovely weather. I hope that nice weather hangs on for Easter as well in the UK. Let's just have a little look at the resort as well. Look, I'm right in front of the Alua Leo Hotel, which is right in front of me. If you need a bit of a location check as well. I'm just having a look at some of the bars and the restaurants here, which are all open. Now, as I was just saying about Palma Nova as well, we've seen some restaurants opening up there this weekend, and over in Magaluf as well, and that's starting to open up too. But it has been pretty much open over here in Can Pastilla for quite a while, and I'm guessing quite a few people, we've had a lot of people over here this past week actually on extreme day trips. We've had Louise, one of our lovely moderators from the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group. She came over for the day from Bristol. We had lunch with her. But I've seen online as well, there've been many extreme day trippers. And well, Can Pastilla, as you know, it's just 5 minutes from Palma Airport. Imagine jumping on one of those cheap Ryanair flights and coming out and coming down to the beach just for the day. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous down here. You can't fault it really. Not for the day. Tony in Ireland, good afternoon. I do believe you're going to be in Santa Ponsa this week as well. Frank, hello. Nice to see you. There's a Manchester derby on soon, is there? So Man United are playing and Man City. Look, we're just outside the 15th beach bar here, and this hasn't opened, but you will see in my video from over Arenal Way, you can pretty much guess what is open that way. So not everything's open, even though it's busy down here, not absolutely everything is open yet. Gosh, it really feels like summer. We've got highs today of 21 to 22 degrees Celsius. I'm not quite in my shorts. I think I could have actually gone for it today, actually, but it was a little bit on the nippy side this morning. Joe, thank you so much. Joe and Sue, bless you. That's really, really kind. And not long as well until your next holiday over here in Mallorca as well. I think you're off to Calador, I do believe. And you're not long back as well from Palma Nova too. Look at the floods of people we've got walking past me. It's just crazy. Now look, this lady just walked past me here with a walking stick. You can see how flat it is over here. If you do have accessibility requirements, this is a great resort because it is very, very flat. There are no hills around Can Pastilla way, that's for sure. Linda, a week today and you're going to be back over in Magaluf as well. You see, I'm starting to know where all you guys are going on holiday. Actually, you can test me later on. It's like I can pretty much let you know where you're all going on holiday. Marcus, you've just asked me a question here and you've said you do enjoy the Sunday afternoon walks. Thank you very much. I enjoy doing them. Have the jellyfish gone back into the sea yet? Yes, we have had reports. If you watch my video from over Peguera Way, it was a couple of weeks ago, we started to get these little blue jellyfish wash up onto the beach, and there have been reports around the islands that they've been washing up on some of the other beaches as well. I think the last beach I heard was over in Porto Poyensa. I didn't see them there the other day. They will pretty much wash in and wash out in a few days, I would have thought. And anything that's left on the beaches, they'll come and clear the beaches away too. So I won't worry too much about that. And also those little jellyfish as well, I don't believe that they sting either, although as I always say with any marine life that you do come across, never try and pick it up, never touch it, never see if a jellyfish stings either. Amazing amount of kids that want to do that actually, but yeah, don't play with them, just leave them, but they will get cleared away if they haven't been already, but they have been around the island. And bizarrely enough, I have been out and about filming, and as you know, I was in Alcudia just the other day, and I didn't see any over there, so. Gosh, it is rammed over here, it's so busy. Now you can tell it's a Sunday. Look at the Yayao yogurt place. Is this the only ice cream place open in Can Pastilla today? It can't be. There's bound to be others open, but it's quite popular, and also it's really, really super yummy as well. If you haven't tried it, got all the toppings. Stephen, 6 weeks till Calabona. Haven't you just been over to Calamalor? Brilliant. Let's take a look at the beach. I'm just going to scroll up through the chat a little bit and also just get a bit more of a view of the beach. You can see in front of me actually, I noticed over in Arenal that they're starting to get out this little platform here is a lifeguard stand, and they're going to put the boxes, those big bright yellow boxes on them in the next few days. So it looks like they're going to have the lifeguards out here maybe for Easter. Lifeguards don't normally start work over here until the 1st of May, but I'm hoping, especially with the amount of people we've got over here at the moment, that they're not going to wait until the 1st of May, because there are plenty of people out swimming at the moment. I'll just quickly spin the camera around here so you can get a better view. Ian, good afternoon, nice to see you as well up in Newcastle too. Jules and James, hello. Looking forward to Puerto Poyensa in August. I've missed those of you off the chat actually. Let me just zoom on back up again. Gonna say a quick hello to Mum as well. Mum, I know you might be watching, hiding there in the background. I can see one person here can't pronounce your name, funnily enough. Can you please check, is there a seaweed still? Is there seaweed still? I'll tell you what, I can see a whole load of seaweeds, and we're going to come up around to that big pile of seaweed on the beach. Look, you can see it in the distance. It looks like Ayers Rock, right at the end of Can Pastilla beach here. This should all be cleared away, and I do say that, I do say a big should, because as I seem to remember, last year, this big mound of seaweed was down here on the beach well into August, which was quite bizarre actually. And do you know what, this I think is the busiest I've ever seen Can Pastilla. Even, I mean look, guys, check this out, look at this angle here, look, from this angle, see how busy it is. Do you know what I'm actually tempted to do? We're going to do something a little bit different today, because I have got to walk back to my car, so we're going to go down through the back of the resort and we're going to come back out on the waterfront as well and just go and have a look at some of the restaurants that are open. We're going to go a slightly different route and just make it like a longer circular route around Can Pastilla. But we will get those amazing beach views. But look, check this out, look. Look at that seaweed, it's crazy, loads of it. But we are going to get a much nicer view walking back in the direction I've just come from. So let's go around this way down the back here. Now you can see the little train stop here for the land train. It is the city sightseeing train. I'm just going to go up, look, we've got all these stops here. It runs all the way down towards the Playa de Palma, and actually there's a stop outside each beach bar, so there's about 15 or 16 stops. Now you know the yogurt place that we've just walked past, here's the boutique gelato, and there's a big queue for there too. I'm not going to get an ice cream today, am I? It's not going to happen. So fingers crossed with the signal. If not, I'm going to have, if we do lose signal because of these very high buildings, stick with me, because I will run down to the seafront and hopefully we won't get caught in in signal failure this afternoon. Now down these back streets here, look, you've got lots of little restaurants, cafes. And tourist shops. And this is where the number 35 bus runs from as well. It comes up from Palma. If you want to go to the aquarium, if you're staying anywhere around here and you don't want to walk, you can get the bus here and back. Got loads of buses that run along that main road and through the resort. Right, I've not walked this way on the live stream before, so I really am keeping my fingers crossed. But like I said, stick with me, stick with me. I'm going to come back and we're going to get the very best of the sea views as we head on back into Can Pastilla. But look, you can just see whereabouts I am here. We're a short walk away from the waterfront. Now this whole area is absolutely packed with shops, restaurants and cafes, as I said. I'm actually outside the Santa Gloria bakery here. Look at this, look. Get yourself some lovely ensamadas, traditional Mallorquin pastries. You have the Santa Gloria cafes in the centre of Palma City as well. They are good and the coffee there is nice, I can vouch for it. And they also do here as well, I'm just getting a quick price point here, look, they do a breakfast for €3.10, orange juice, coffee and a croissant. Prices are looking pretty good from there. Mike is saying, Restaurant Monaco, next time you're in Can Pastilla, I must go there. Now, I remember the last time I was down here, I was recommended some places, and I was told as well, I never go down these back streets. So I'm doing it today. But the Monaco restaurant, Mike, if I walk past it, I bet I have. Now, this is, I just want to show you this as well, look, this is kind of like very much the kind of a local area of Can Pastilla. We've got this little church, we've got a palazzo here, a few little cafes, there's a little bodega as well, which is currently closed, but this tends to be a bit of a meeting point in the summer. And just to show you where I am as well, I'm outside the Hotel Balear. Zorro, on the 20th of August, you're heading over to the Playa de Palma. I'll tell you what, watch my videos that are coming out later on this week as well. Please, make sure you check those out. Now look, nestled down here as well, look, got some nice little cafes as well, right on the outskirts. Do you know what, should we head down here? Let's head down here, or should we go down the next one? Let's go down the back. Lots of these fish spas everywhere. They're all over the island. Can't say I've tried them, but look, let's just have a quick peek around the corner here. Andrew, I can see you're asking me what the weather's going to be like in Palma Nova for this week. Tell you what, watch my Islands update, which will be coming out tomorrow. I will have a weather forecast, but from what I can see initially on the apps, it's looking like we're going to be in for a really great week ahead. Fingers crossed that is going to roll into Easter as well. It might get a little bit windy towards the end of the week, but I've got some really lovely days coming up, and I've got a big filming plan as well, so I'm going to be busy, very busy next few days, getting some content filmed. Now we're going to dive down onto Cala Estancia pretty much. I'll show you where we come out. So we're going to just walk around. We're going to head on back around too. Coming up the back of quite a few hotels around here as well. We've got quite a residential neighbourhood too. A really good friend of mine lives in this area too, and she absolutely loves living out here. So we are just heading on to the first part here of Cala Estancia. I can see the Club de Mar in the background and the boatyard. Kate, Lindsay saying Paul loves a fish foot spa. Brilliant. Kate, you're saying any chance of a video from the Calas de Mallorca? I will be back there. I'm gonna do a day over there actually at some point. Very soon actually. I went out there, I think last time I was out there was 2 summers ago. I've got 3 videos on the channel. I must actually just put them into one easy to navigate playlist for you, but I will get back out there. Very friendly resort actually, but it's quite a drive. Oh my goodness. Let me get back on the pavement. We're going to keep going around a little bit further and we're going to come back. So we'll come out right at the far end of the Playa de Palma. Do you know what? We still haven't left the Can Pastilla beach. I thought we would have come out onto Estansia here. We haven't. This resort is huge, but we're going to do a full loop around the back as well. We're going to come down the side. I just want to show you down some of these side streets. So this afternoon I have heard a real mix of accents and languages. There are quite a few Brits out here. We've also met our Scottish friend earlier on in this video too. Oh, check out this, look, something for under €10. And I don't understand what it is. Brat Kartoffeln. I don't know what that is. All I can see is you get a small beer with it as well. Is it a menu del dia? Do you know what? I'm pretty sure that you have to have the menus everywhere in Spanish and not just in whichever language you think your customers are going to be from, because otherwise at locals, kind of, you can't understand it anyways. My daughter's learning German. If she was here, she'd be able to tell me. Right, we're right down the side of the Nautic. And I saw a comment about another hotel as well. Am I walking close to the Tourist Park Hotel? I don't know actually, maybe. Let me have a look. I'm not going to go down that way. We are going to come up and round. I should have gone a little bit further down those back streets actually, but we're going to come back around. We're going to kind of get the sea view on the way back. And the absolutely amazing views down the beach. But this resort is quite a huge one, so wherever you're staying, just check the Google Maps location. You're probably going to be, I don't know, about 5 minutes from the beach at the most. But you're not going to be very far either from loads of the cafes, bars and restaurants. So a little string of seafood restaurants here. Admin Anne from the Facebook group, she loves this La Payasita restaurant. It's supposed to be great for seafood. Coming up to our first beach. Glenn from the YouTube channel Bus Driver Walking, you're here on the live. How are you doing? Thank you very much, and thanks for the reminder as well. Yes, please, if you are new to the channel, I make videos from all over Mallorca to help you out with your holidays. I do a weekly island update with the most urgent issues from the world of travel and anything significant that's going on the island too with the weather forecast. Plus I've got loads of guides, walk arounds and live streams too. Right, let me just keep talking. Stay on this side because we'll come back beach side. Tell you what guys, I've had to get the hat out again for the season. It's only April, but the sun is very strong. If you are coming out as well, and I know from this chat as well, we do have people coming out tomorrow, bring your sunscreen. I know I've been complaining that I've been actually feeling quite cold, but the sun is very, very strong, and already in April I've been seeing quite a few sunburnt bodies. If you're coming over here on the day trip, on the extreme day trip, put your sun cream on before you leave home, even if it is 2 o'clock in the morning and you're on your way to the airport, because if you don't want to carry obviously a bottle of sun cream just for the day, just make sure you apply it before you leave home, because it is very, very hot out here. Whoopsies. I am the cyclist nightmare. Keep straying in there. Right, let's just give you a few views. Looking back, look how nice it is today. Just going to take a quick look at the restaurants. Let's go and see what's open. The last time I was down here actually was a few weeks ago, and the weather was absolutely horrible. We had a really, quite a rainy March actually. But it has given way to a really gorgeous spring and a very nice April. As soon as we rolled into April, somebody switched spring on, so definitely had a season change. Dave, good afternoon. You're on the live this afternoon. Glyn, hello. Are you working? Lovely to have you on the live stream, Glyn. Chess Mike. Haven't seen you on the live for a while, over in the Netherlands. Here's one thing actually I didn't know about Magaluf, and they hold an annual chess tournament. Just seeing your subscriber name there, Mike, but for any chess fans, there's an annual chess tournament which takes place over in Magaluf, and I can't remember which month it is. I think it may be in October. So if you're watching this and you play chess, you might want to consider booking yourself a holiday. Anyway, let's get past these ladies. We're going to just walk down these restaurants here and get some lovely views of Cala Estansia. Got a few places that haven't actually opened over here just yet though. Let's come round. We're just past some Brits. Goodness me, I think literally, check this, I wasn't expecting this afternoon. I know we've got a lot of residents out on the Sunday having Sunday lunch, but anywhere that's in the sun is pretty much packed and busy. See, Mel's Bar is open too. Let's just come round. Goodness me. Gosh, right. Let's just go around. I'm going to get back into the chat again. Let me just come around the side of the bay where it's a little bit quieter. And I can see as well, look, goodness, we've got 176 on the live this afternoon. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Don't know if you can hear the planes taking off to my right-hand side as well. We're very, very near the airport here. Let's get some views from over here. I'm just going to take the weight off my feet for a second. Here we go. Look, Cala Estansia on a Sunday afternoon, looking absolutely gorgeous, and it is pretty busy. Yeah, Glenn, do you know what? I'm exactly the same. Drafts was my limit. It's quite good at drafts. I tried to learn chess, I couldn't get my head around it at all. So if you do play chess, you must be very, very intelligent. Look, Mike, you're saying it is in October in Sala Palma Nova. There you go. Hello as well to DWM is that Taveira in Portugal? Glyn, you're home, it's 4:37. Just going back up the chat, just while you enjoy these views before I take off again. Spencer, you are asking me, so is it the Spanish Easter holidays over in Spain now? No, it's not. Schools are breaking up at the end of this week. At least my daughter's school is. And then we're going to have the next couple of weeks off, which will be really lovely. So I've got loads to do this week. It's a bit of a late Easter for us as well. Jamal, you have got 122 days and counting. I'm just going back up, here we go. Right, let's head on back towards the beach. I think I've got pretty much all the chat. John, does the resort normally not put out beach brollies? Yes, it does. And do you know what? On my travels out and about around the island, we're starting to see the beach umbrellas and the sunbeds slowly being rolled out in resorts. They're not out here yet, over here in the Playa de Palma. All the beach beds and sun umbrellas are being run by Palma municipality, and they're a little bit slower on the uptake than they are over in Calvia. If you see my videos from over in Palma Nova, was in Santa Ponsa on St Patrick's Day, and do you know what? I must head back to Santa Ponsa soon. They do have the beach beds and the sun umbrellas out already in the bigger resorts, but they will slowly be rolled out here in the next couple of weeks. Cheryl, you're saying we have to wait until October. Sad face. Get yourself over for the day if you can, if you live near an airport. So many people have been coming over here to Palma just for the day. It's been crazy. Loads of day trippers. And Louise is telling me there are loads of people on her flight as well that were coming over to the islands just to go and visit Palma for the day. So you maybe get a very quick and inexpensive Palma fix. But look at the views from these restaurants here. I mean, it is stunning. Maria, you're saying Ciudad Jardín was your first visit back in 1970. I love Ciudad Jardín. It's a little bit down the coast. I have filmed from over there, and I will go back this summer as well. It's one of my favourite evening walk spots as well, and it's really lovely going on into the summer. Good on you, saying you might get to see a sunset. Not on this video you won't, because the sun here isn't setting until around 8:30, and I'm not going back down the coast again. I'm absolutely shattered already. I had a message from a viewer actually last week saying I sounded absolutely shattered by the end of my Puerto Poyensa video, which was quite funny. But
Hello.
hello. But that was because I had been out the night before. Anyway, as a bit of a, well, actually I had a late night as well last night too. Let me just come down this middle area here, so I'm not completely on the beach. Actually, now I'm in the road. Oh goodness, which bit do I go on? Where the road is or where the bikes are? Here we go, we'll come over this side. Don't get yelled at, as I often am. Let me know as well if you come out here on a cycling holiday, and also as well drop a comment on this video when it's finished filming. I'd be really interested to know if you want any information about cycling over here in Mallorca, or whether you have all that information. Do you know what? I think I could have gone to the beach today. If I was sitting in the sunshine, I could have done it. I could have taken my book out and gone to the beach. We are literally approaching a beach weather over here on the islands, and you can see that by the amount of people that we've got out today. Yes, Linda, there are no sunbeds. There's nothing actually on Magaluf Beach. Apart from fences in the sand, which they need to really kind of sort out. They should put some flags up as well for safety, but there's no lifeguards over there. We've got lifeguards over on Alcudia Beach. They should at least have some flags out, but they should possibly just have a few sunbeds down the far end of the beach, because that's still looking very, very wintry over there at the moment, but it is also very lovely. They have cleaned the beach though, because that sand has been fluffed up, but they just don't have any beach services out just yet. But look at the beaches at this time of year though. I mean, you're just not fighting for space down here, and this is why an early season break is what I would recommend in July and August. As you know, it's absolutely, well, it's never that busy over here actually, just because Can Pastilla beach is the Playa de Palma beach is so huge. Just going to point you in the direction as well of some loos that we have on the far end of the beach. But anyway, let's head away from Cala Estancia. Let's head on back into Can Pastilla, and let's take a closer look at the beach actually. I don't think that we have any jellyfish over here on this beach. I haven't seen any today at least. Yeah, Linda, I don't think you'll be disappointed actually when you come to Magaluf. You're gonna literally feel like you've got the whole beach to yourself down that far end. Oh, look at this, look. 17 euros for a Sunday lunch here. Cordillo asada. Get your Sunday roast. Emma, you're asking, is Las Arenas Hotel open? I have to say, most of them are actually over here. I don't know where Arenas Hotel is. I don't have that much of an in-depth knowledge of the Playa de Palma, I have to say. I'm getting better actually over here, finding out where places are, but it is such a huge area that the beach over here is just gigantic, and there's so many hotels down here too. I was parked over by the Rio in the Playa de Palma, and I filmed that whole area just a little bit earlier on, heading on towards the far side of the beach. Let's hold the camera up. Gosh, we've got to a bit of a cloggy spot here. I think I got in the way. Oopsies. No, Glenn, I was not out drinking because I don't really drink. I'm really boring. I don't really, if I go out drinking, I'll have like a glass of wine or a beer. But I'm too old for that now. I can't cope with it. I can't cope drinking on YouTube. As I've said millions of times before, I can't cope with drinking on YouTube. It just doesn't work at all. Right, so we're just coming up on the left-hand side of the shipyard here. Look, we've got all this is the Club de Mar area. They do have a lovely restaurant up here on the inside as well if you are looking for Sunday lunch. Jim, good afternoon. How are you? Sorry you're late. You're back from your own beach in Fife. Goodness, I bet it's absolutely lovely up there. Probably a little bit on the nippy side, but I bet it's lovely. Darren, good afternoon. Yeah, I know, the graffiti, really, really ridiculous, hey? So sad. Nice little collection of restaurants over here as well. Basically, most of this area along here actually, because it is so seafront, you're just not going to struggle finding somewhere to eat with a nice sea view. So many places. Keith, good afternoon and thank you. That's really super kind of you. How was your trip to Benidorm? I know you went to Benidorm recently, didn't you? Was the weather as nice as this? That's what I want to know. I hope it was. Also, as well as all the seafront restaurants, look, we've got loads of little excursion rental places too, all the way along the seafront. No Banksy's in Mallorca, not that I've seen. However, if Banksy does want to come and create some lovely art, we do actually have our own professional street art artists, such as Joanne Aguillo, who does all the lovely paintings up in Can Pastilla and in various places around the island, including the way there is the Bella Hotel in Santa Ponsa. We've also got another lady called Carolina, can't remember her surname, something like Herrera or something. She also has some lovely street art in Palma too. So we do have some really good street art, but it's the tagging that looks so bad. Oh, what is going on over here? Now look, I'm just having a look along the beach here, and it looks like they're turning this whole area into some kind of like boat park. Look, we've got loads of little, maybe it's going to be an extension of the Club de Mar, or maybe they've had some kind of sailing event here. But look, we've got Irish Sailing School, Sports Island. They've actually fenced off this area of the beach where they're mooring the hulls of these boats. So I don't know what that's all about. Let me know if you know. Keith, it was very nice, but you weren't on holiday in Benidorm. Still sounds all right though. Anne, you're saying you've been on several cycling holidays in Mallorca and you stayed in Can Pastilla a few times and you love it there. That cycle lane goes all the way to Palma. It's a great location. Oops, and your comments just moved. For evening cycling too. It is this whole bike path you can rent. There's so many rental places here. If you are staying on this side of the island, get yourself a bike, head on into Palma City with it, because I can promise you it's just one of the nicest bike routes you can possibly make, and it runs all the way down into Palma. It's completely almost coastal. And you don't need to be a professional cyclist either to make that journey. Really super easy. If you've got kids as well, you can do it too. Check out the views today, goodness. You can see as far as the eye can see over here in the Playa de Palma. Oh, there's a lovely comment there. I can't see your name though. Hang on, just because I've got the sun right behind me now. You have said, and that's very kind, you're flying over tomorrow and you just wanted to thank me for the helpful, informative videos from Richard and Caroline and your boys, Ewan and Anthony. And you'll say hi if you see me. I will be out and about, actually. I don't know where you're going, but I will be out and about on the islands. I've got quite a few updates to make, quite a lot of content to film too. Right, so in Can Pastilla, I think the best bet, beach-wise, if you are coming down to the beach, to head on into the water would be this far side, because as we head up a little bit further, I can see we have piles of seaweed, like swathes of seaweed still on the beach, which, as we can see, we saw earlier on at the beginning of the live stream, they're starting to clear it away, but they haven't quite finished it, and you'll see what I mean. Now, I seem to remember last summer they did leave a lot of this seaweed down here. Does make getting into the water a little bit more of a spongy experience. Let's go and take a look. Now we're just going to run down to the water's edge here. Let me see if I can get down in the least intrusive way possible. Let's see if we've got any jellyfish down here. I'll head off in this direction, hold on. Can't really see into the sun. Let's have a quick look. Right, we're going to do a quick check. I have been asked, do we have those blue jellyfish over here in the Playa de Palma? I'm right on the seashore here, and we don't. Look, nothing but these little balls are like seaweed balls that wash up in the water, but I can't see any of those blue jellyfish that have washed up in various areas of the island. But look, you can just see, just looking down the coast here, just the seaweed, it's all kind of like banked up on the side here, but it's perfectly clear down where I'm standing here. Ah yes, and I see a comment here as well. Look, my screen's gone very bright actually, I can't see the comments, but I've just seen the comment about benches. You know, over in Calador, we do seem to have a lack of seafront benches, which I personally actually think is a problem. I think they need to get more benches out there, but over here, not only do we have a wall running along, but you have some sea-facing benches too, which means that you can just stroll along here at your leisure and take the weight off your feet. And look at this mountain here. They're going to have to clear some of this away. I really hope this isn't going to stay on the beach until August, like it did last year. See someone standing on top of it actually, just to give you an idea of the size of it. It's a small mountain. If I go into the shade, I'll be able to read some of the comments. The sun's literally shining on the back of the camera. That we're coming back up into very, very busy Can Pastilla once again. Get some views. Good evening, Dream Boy, hilarious YouTube subscriber name. Keith, what would you say was a good 4-star hotel where I am today, and because you like the location? I haven't personally stayed in any of the hotels over here. However, I did go into, and just around the corner here, round by Cala at Estancia, you've got a BQ Agua, I think it's the Agua Marina Hotel. I did actually, and there's also JS Hotel. I did go into both of those hotels when I was in my last job. I was in the corporate job. We had meetings there actually, and both of those hotels are very nice. But I am sure there are plenty of other viewers here who can also recommend. I'm just walking into a load of pigeons. You can also just walk through. That was they're all swooping down now. Oh my goodness. I'm sure there are other viewers that can recommend a good hotel over here in Can Pastilla, but they're my two initial choices, just because the brand's actually quite consistent island-wide. So, and also the location there is like right next to the beach. You've got all those restaurants. You don't need to wander or stray too far really, but then you've got this huge waterfront to go down to. It's not a live stream if I don't get swooped upon by pigeons, is it? And I've said it in all my other videos as well, this time of year you're going to find the best quality water. Don't worry too much about that seaweed. It's not like muddy or anything like that. It just looks a little bit unsightly sometimes on the sand. But it does keep that water looking blue. Good evening, is that Darren? Alex, are there boardwalks on the beaches for wheelchairs, please? Is that Sally Ann? I think it is. Do you know what, Sally Ann? I can't see the screen properly, just because once again, like the sun's just right on it. There will be boardwalks down here. I always say that should be the first thing that they put out, and I'll give you an update from over Palma Nova way later on this week, and also from Santa Ponza. I'll be down there filming too during the course of the week, but all the beaches will have boardwalks put out. They tend to put the things that they can make money out, that they can make money on first. So things like sunbeds and beach umbrellas will go up first, but they should really get those boardwalks down ASAP, if not just leave them down for over the winter. Because as you know, over the winter we all still wander down onto the beach, and we do get some very lovely sunny days over here, especially in like November time, even December this last year actually. And that was when I was last down here actually. I think I was last down here in November or December. And what a change, goodness. Literally just stepped right into summer. I've just seen someone take their dog out in a buggy. Looks like an elderly dog. I always think that is so cute. How much do you love your animals if you have a dog buggy for them? I think it's wonderful. Really, really sweet. And look, this is why we have a wall down here. Look, because we've got so many people just sitting on it. It always amazes me why there's, in some resorts, there are not very many places to actually sit out. Wow, Glenn, you've been going to Santa Ponza since 1995. That's amazing. Yes, I've just seen a bit of a conversation there. Glyn, thank you for answering. We've got Glenn and Glyn in the chat today. Apologies if I don't get that right, but Glyn, thanks for answering that. Yes, so we've got Palma. Often, actually, people do mix up Palma with Palma Nova, and the two completely different places. Palma is the city, the capital city of the islands. It's the working city. Palma Nova is the resort, and you're going to find hotels over in Palma City to be a little bit more expensive because of the location. Playa de Palma is the beach resorts, which I'm walking through now. So Estansia, Can Pastilla, all the way down towards Arenal. So this side with Palma City all the way down towards Cala Mayor is technically Palma. But this is normally quite a good value for me, a place to stay. You always can find really good deals, and that's just because of the sheer amount of accommodation here. But just be careful when you book as well. Like I said, check that map and make sure you're not where, unless you do want to go out partying in Arenal, just check the location to Balneario 6, the number 6 beach bar. Because that's where it all kicks off. Do you know what? I can't remember where I parked my car. I know we came up past this Balneario 5. I think it's near the BP station, actually the BP gas station. But this is the point where when you do walk along here, you kind of wonder, A, where your hotel is if you're staying over here, or in my case, where I've left the car today and where I should be turning down. If I keep walking, I'm going to end up back in Arenal, but I think it's a little bit further down. We've got another great comment here as well. Jim, first visit to Can Pastilla was in 1978. As an 18-year-old, and you vividly remember sitting on the wall. Goodness me. At 5 in the morning. I just saw that last bit there. So tourism really does go back decades over here. This whole area does have quite a history. Interesting to know as well that you've been coming out here almost for the best part of 50 years. Goodness. See the local constabulary. Got quite a funny story actually. I don't know whether you caught my my video from over at the protest in Palma yesterday. If you haven't watched that, please watch it. If you're worried about coming over to Mallorca, make sure you watch that video after this one. But I have to say the atmosphere there was actually quite good. It was quite positive, and I will be making a bit of an update to that My Island update tomorrow. But when I was filming outside the estate agents, just to show you, to give you an idea of the property prices over here and how completely crazily high they are in residential areas, I had one from the National Police. I turned around, the National Police were just standing there staring at me. This guy just had his hands on his hips, wondering whether I was going to start I don't know what he was thinking, but he was just standing there staring at me. I was like, okay. But anyways. Right, let's keep going down. I'm going to try and get back to the start point, actually, more or less. If I can remember where I turned off. This is actually looking pretty much, I'm pretty sure I came down here because we're just coming up past all of these bikes here. Look, I think we have a whole cycling holiday over here. There are just dozens of bikes. It's incredible. Also, as well, I do believe if you are into cycling, we've got this 3-1-2 bike race coming up at the end of April, more or less. It's normally around the 26th or 28th of April, I think. So I think we're going to get lots more cyclists over for that, going around the mountains and the hilltop towns. And I can see the Fontanella's Playa Hotel. Right, which I will be taking a left down because I seem to remember as we came in, we saw down the back of the Fontanella's Playa. So let's keep going around. I'm going to walk you right the way back to the car. Well, like I said, I do have other videos coming out later on from much further down the Playa de Palma. And it was actually a little bit on the cloudier side when I arrived here this afternoon. That cloud has obviously melted away to leave us with lovely sunshine. If you are coming over at this time of year, don't worry if you wake up to a cloudy morning, because normally that sun does burn through, and it has done today. Just tentatively cross the road here. Trying to avoid giving you a view of the bins on my left hand side. Now, I'm pretty sure I came from this direction, and this is actually the hotel where I started the live stream. 10 points for anyone who can remember the name of it, actually, because I can't, but we'll have a look as we go around. This has got, by the looks of it, some really lovely sea view rooms too. Looking over the beach, pretty much. Here we go, it's the Java. The BG Hotels Java Hotel. Looks like they've got a nice swimming pool in there too. Literally never heard of it. And the Fontanellas, the entrance to the Fontanellas Playa is to my right hand side. I'm going to have to do a step count actually, how far I've walked this afternoon. I think we are definitely in short season now. I think this is going to be possibly the last day for the jeans when it's this sunny. But you can see, look, we're actually at the far end of the runway. Now in the distance, I don't know if you can see, look, check this out, there's a flight, literally it's about to come over our heads here, look. Just coming out of the airport, so let me try and zoom in a bit. Can you see it? It's just literally just there. But if you're a complete plane geek like I am, then this may well be a great place for you to come on holiday. Going to check out the bus numbers as well. Here, look, you've got loads of buses that head on down towards Arenal, the aquarium. Obviously, the aquarium is just a little bit up the road. Can't quite see it. It's just beyond the BP station, about 200 yards away, or meters. Got quite a few properties lining the back down here too. Let me just quickly check a few more comments as well. Hold on. The blue path that goes to the end of the runway. Great for plane spotting. Yes. Yes, it was a Java. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mark. You got that. That's brilliant. Is that Dawn? Safe travels are over on Tuesday. Yes, the weather has improved. You're going to be arriving in sunshine, but make sure you bring a mix of clothes as well. I don't think it's going to be plain sailing through the whole week, but I'll get the latest weather update from the Met Office tomorrow morning to help you out with your holiday for this week. Guys, I'm bright red. I'm going to go into the shade. If you're coming out this week, just make sure you bring some sunscreen, bring your sunglasses. It's very warm out here today. I didn't think it would do. I look absolutely terrible. Oh my goodness. I'm going to turn the camera around. Guys, thank you so much for all the super chats that you sent through this afternoon. Really much appreciated, and thank you so much for all of those who joined the live stream today as well. Check out my videos coming out later on this week. Check out my news update as well from tomorrow. But I really appreciate you turning up this sunny Sunday afternoon. Have an absolutely amazing rest of the weekend from wherever you're watching in the world. I'll leave you some views of the bus stop and the BP station. Not normally the beach views. Diane, hello, I've just seen you're on the live as well. I'll be out and about next weekend as well. Anyway, have a good one. I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.